Welcome viewers. Harry encounters the horrible reality of Invictus meta-transformation. He didn't invent it. Stay tuned, this video explains all. Please, if you are new to my channel, take a moment to press the subscription button below and the notification bell for the latest news. None of us understand why Invictus is attempting to keep this link with Harry. Harry is using his own charity by submitting these absurd invoices for attendance. Now, while Harry is the patron and supposedly a supporter of the Invictus Games, he is not a protector of the competition, nor is he philanthropic. He is not a true sponsor for the annual event. The Invictus Games are a competitive event that celebrates the unconquerable spirit of wounded, ill, and disabled servicemen and women. It's sometimes stated that Harry is the originator and inventor of Invictus, but that's also not true. The competition was not invented by Harry, and the majority of the Invictus Games are modeled after the American Warrior game, which he saw during a trip to the United States 10 years ago in 2013. The Wounded Soldier Games included not less than 11 adapted sports, including archery, swimming, rowing, cycling, shooting, wheelchair basketball, powerlifting, sitting volleyball, and even wheelchair rugby. Then, a piece of Invictus is borrowed from the Paralympic Games, which are international multisport competitions featuring impaired athletes. Now, since 1988, the Paralympic Games have been held immediately after the Olympic Games, which means that Harry is hardly the inventor of Invictus. Sure, he was inspired by the idea of following in the footsteps of other people, but it was not his own invention. All Harry really did was mimic a concept by following in the footsteps of the Warriors and the Paralympic and exalting himself as the true creator of Invictus. And Harry was more than pleased to accept all of the acclaim for the games for a thing which was not even his idea, a claiming of plus that appears to be contagious because it is closely tied to his own bad wife Meghan Markle. He gets all the credit, but he did not come up with the idea. Now, in the past, I posted a video about Harry and Invictus, and certain comments were made concerning Harry's link with his ex-squatty, so what exactly was everyone talking about? I understand that Harry was sent to Afghanistan from 2007 to 2008, and that he may have dispatched 25 Taliban insurgents while stating that they were essentially simply chess pieces. Boasting about his abilities, he not only brought humiliation to the British soldiers, but he also put their lives in jeopardy, as well as his own. How could Harry be so arrogant that he remembered his skill count of 25? I mean, he could have seen numerous wounded service members during 2 combats in Afghanistan, but what does he know about the consequences of war? What does he know about disability? So today's Invictus Games involve his handicap ex-comrades who are paralyzed, wounded, and weakened as an outcome of being so brave in conflict. They're out of action as well as out of commission, and many people are simply exhausted and broken down as a result of what they encountered during the war. There are hundreds of people who are unable to work due to their injuries and must rely on this disability stay pension, but Prince Harry lives in luxury, so please explain Prince Harry's relationship to the poor and people who truly suffer. What exactly have Meghan and Harry done for the true spirit of Invictus, and how do both of them contribute to the event's enthusiasm or mood? While Prince William and Kate are not active participants, they have donated $1 million to the Invictus Games Foundation, which to me is far more essential than what Harry and Meghan are doing. Even if we are not discussing money, what have Harry and Meghan done for the character and motivation for the occasion other than simply showing up, which is not only needless but also superficial? So, congrats to the heroic injured soldiers of Invictus, those who gave their lives for the late Queen and their nation. We should care about them, we should pay attention to them, and not a couple of swindlers. Without the bravery of these men and women, there would be no Invictus. They are the ones who deserve a standing ovation as well as the compliments and acclaim that come with it. They deserve the glow of our admiration, all of the glory. They are the ones who should be praised and acknowledged, not Harry and Meghan. They bring nothing but shame, embarrassment, and dishonor to such a wonderful idea. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are a couple of liars, a couple of braggers who, in their parade and pomp, have downgraded the spirit of Invictus by turning it into a surgist for their personal shred. I mean, Invictus is Harry's silver drum, it's a big top festival of pomp and pageantry, and it pretends for a very insecure person. He wants all the spotlight because he is so insignificant and uninteresting. Creating a concept like Invictus from the ground up requires a lot of originality, which Harry clearly lacks. The haughty prince can't even spell his own name, let alone anything as complicated as Invictus. Many wonderful concepts are currently being stolen, but Invictus is an idea that was stolen by Harry. Harry has never directly contributed to Invictus, which is very remarkable given all of the praises he has gotten over the years. Given what we now know as a result of his lack of ethics, he clearly believes that his presence is more than enough. Not only did Harry not contribute anything to the game, but he also took something away by receiving compensation for his costs. To make matters worse, he and Meghan were paid for their appearances, which began with her strange involvements that no one desired. I believe it is inappropriate for Harry to support a game for physically and mentally injured soldiers and veterans. Even Prince Andrew, in my opinion, will be a more acceptable sponsor because he did, after all, fly for the RAF. Of course, I would not support his reinstatement as an active member of the royal family, but it will be a good job for him,